You know, I'm ashamed of myself. I've done 5 videos on this and I still haven't asked who the red guy is. Yeah, I know.
Knock, knock, it's Knuckles.
Hello everyone and welcome to the finale of Sonic Mania Plus with the Red Boys, Mighty and Knuckles. This is actually very cool. We're finally in Metallic Madness, and I really did need to know the answer of that whole where does this actually take place, because I mean, we saw what looked like the Death Egg, but we're in Metallic Madness, so I'm guessing technically now it takes place there, which still doesn't make a lick of sense. But you know what? We're not going to question that because continuity in Sonic is pointless at this time. In this day and age, continuity doesn't exist. Oh, and I'm just finding out more things we're immune to. I'm guessing they all have like a very similar value. Like that's the only thing I can think of why we're not taking any damage with these. We're gonna take the high path the entire time, hopefully. Man, I really could have gone for that. Oh well. I think we can go in. I wanted these rings, and then I can go in here, because I think from here, I think I can get to a ring? No, actually, this is not the path to the ring. I just thought about that, unless I go over here. That was actually pretty seamless. I like that. There is a route that I can take that takes me to the ring. Oh, okay. That is the most satisfying I'm immune to this guy ever. It's great to know that all these things that used to give me a bit of a hassle, that I'm officially immune to them. At least for one hit. Even though it's one hit, I'll take it. Oh, well, okay. I think it was the higher path that actually had a... Ow. Oh, that's dangerous. You know what? Alright. I've only shown this off, I think, maybe once? I keep doing that! That one's not even on purpose. And that's when it actually does damage. So you get like a good second or so of immunity, and then it actually takes damage. Which is cool. I mean, yeah, it's a thing for new players, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm not even a new player. I want rings. Does nothing here, because I could just get killed, but I just want rings. So, again, I missed the rings. If I hit the ones that has, like, a reverse thing on it, then it'll reset the rings. Am I gonna get this? I just want to go super. I don't want to actually fight this. Actually, no. If I just fail against the boss, I get crushed anyway, so... I just want to be overpowered. Can't I have that privilege? The ability to be overpowered? You know, I felt like an idiot when I found out that you could use the bumpers for the pinball, even though as much as I would love it to be the triggers instead, because I mean, pinball triggers, that would work. Even though, why do I have a continue? I'm legitimately curious of how many continues I actually do have. Let's get good stuff. There we go, that's what I wanted. I wanted rings. Okay, we'll go a little bit more. I didn't even have to put any effort into that one. Alright. That's easy. Alright, we should probably get out of here. I've been here for too long. There we go. We have a boss to fight. 68 rings. 73. Hey, it activated a cutscene on me. Alright, fine. We don't get your fancy theme. We get to go as Super. That's as much of the animation I can get. Come on, Knuckles, stop getting hit. Stop getting hit, Knuckles. You do not listen, do you? That's the second time that's happened, Knuckles. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Oh no, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knuckles, that's 3 times you've died. You're out. You know what? You're officially out of this Let's Play. Go away. Yeah, no, you don't get to celebrate. Only I celebrate. You stay behind me. This is the one time I'm disappointed in you. And you know what? I might as well bring up one thing. It's kind of a pet peeve that I've grown as of late. Oh, I'm so glad it didn't spin for that one. It's a pet peeve that I currently have, and it happens too often. When somebody tries... And this is no offense to those who are legitimately trying to help me. There's a good chance that I know about this stuff, because I'm that guy who spent the past near 11 months playing this game. It's not bragging or anything, I'm just saying, you know, there's a good chance I know what you're going to try and tell me. Somebody was actually telling me about the boss in Act 1, basically saying that it's every 4, and I was like, yeah, I know. It felt like one of those, does anybody actually pay attention to the channel? Which it might not even be appropriate to just, like, get this out in a video setting, but I felt like it was worth bringing up. Only because it's one of those weird, bizarre things where it's like, somebody's trying to teach me something I already know. I don't know, maybe this is not the right time for it, but it was still worth mentioning just because it is a thing that does happen. Where somebody will try to teach me about the game, even though I know about the game. I mean, it's rare when somebody will teach me something and it's like super important. It's like, oh, okay, actually, yeah, I did need to know about that. That was something I needed. Most of the time it's like, oh, this happens when you do this. Yeah, I know. Or it's like, if it's something that I miss, okay, that's on me, that's my mistake, I understand. But it tends to happen with like common knowledge stuff. Oh well. That's just how interesting the internet is, where I guess we're not... Okay, well, there's a big ring if you wanted it. But yeah, that's kind of... It's so interesting how the internet reacts that way. It's like... that's kind of the big thing about it. It's not a huge knock on the internet. It's just really weird how they treat information that to them, you don't know it, but a few moments of just research, you'd be like, oh, actually, yeah, this person knows exactly what they're doing. Or if it's like, hey, I made a minor mistake, but that one's more of just like, okay, yeah, he goofed, so maybe that lesson was warranted. Maybe it was like, actually, it's this. It's like, oh, it actually is. My bad. Like, that one I'm fine with. But if it's like a little trivial thing that really doesn't matter, then it's like, okay, well, I mean, okay, I screwed up, but what's the point? I don't even know where I'm going with this. I feel like I'm ranting about 2 different things at once. Anyways, the point I was getting to is like just common knowledge stuff, saying like, oh, that this happens in the game, and it's on a game that I'm known for playing on the channel. Like any kind of Sonic Mania, any kind of knowledge from Sonic Mania is just one that usually gets brought up, and it's like, actually, I've known this for a while. So I'm glad I can get that off my chest on video. I tend to like talk about it away from videos because I feel like it's not necessary, but I feel like with that boss, it was just necessary to bring up because That was just a very easy one. Oh wow, that other Amy was taken out. Wait, why do you even want Mighty Amy? What's wrong with you? I thought you wanted Sonic. Look, just because he looks like a Sonic reskin? Oh well. Thanks, Knuckles. I didn't want to care for that one. Alright, with Act 2 finished. And our 1-up obtained. We're at 52. This is like the most 1-ups I've gotten. Then again, I did kind of cheat with the whole special stage stuff, which is not really important. Who cares? But we can finally go to the Titanic Monarch zone. I just love the visual of that. I just wish it led to something. So for those who have played Mania, yes, this is going to be the exact same thing. There's nothing different about Titanic Monarch, and that's the most disappointing thing. I feel like I'm going to rant about Mania Plus, but that's the thing. It doesn't add anything else. Not even Encore mode. Sorry, spoilers. Who cares? It's still the same thing. They're just slightly harder levels, and even then, it's just like we added spikes on our levels. That's difficulty. Hooray. When I was just like, oh, I honestly cannot wait for these brand new zones. We never got them. We just got reimagined zones. The Angel Island zone doesn't count. It's only like a half an act. Not even that. It'd be insulting to call it a half an act. Twip, the other day, put up a video talking about his disappointment with Sonic Mania Plus, and to be honest, normally it's one of those, well, he's not getting it right again. Twip always making that kind of clickbait video, and this is the one time where it's like, yeah, it's clickbait, but honestly, there's a lot of truth to it. They claim new zones. Give us new zones. Don't just use the opening Angel Island that didn't even look complete. I mean, Bali on his channel, who's a modder, I believe he was the one that showed it, and it was a video called How did they not see this? And it was like unfinished assets for Angel Island in the full game. And it was, I think he might have like used debug for the camera for that, but the point is still there. Like, my point is, it's like it felt rushed. And I didn't want to say that about Mania because I love this game. This game is, like I said in that one stream that I did when I streamed the 2 mods, I was right. I said everything I needed to say about Sonic Mania as a whole. Up to that point, it was a very important game for me. It still is to this day. It's just, I feel like Plus kind of just dropped the ball on it. Or not Plus, but the Encore DLC kind of dropped the ball. Plus was just a few minor tweaks, some additions of like cutscenes and stuff, but for the most part, Encore kind of just dropped the ball on the whole thing. When it was claiming to just be something big, something new, it really wasn't. So now that I've offended some fans, how's everybody doing? How's it been since our little chat in what zone was it? Sky. I was gonna say Sky Chase. Okay, that's weird. I'm trying to get to this one, but it's just not letting me get to it. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is this. Just because I want the extra rings. I can't even get to it. Look at that, I'm so close to it and I can't even get it. Oh well. But yeah, usually I tend to disagree with Twip on a few things. It's public knowledge that I tend to, or I'll just poke a little bit of fun at the guy, but this one he really hit it on the head. Like, he really got this one right. And I'm not saying he's wrong all of the time, I'm just saying his approach to talking about these things might not be the best, but this is one of those times where I'm just like, yeah, I can fully agree with that. I know it's $5, but I feel like it was still pretty half-assed. Because, I mean, for those who were on my stream, you saw my reaction to it. It was just, I wasn't even in shock, I wasn't overjoyed, I was just confused. Because this thing that was supposed to be like the definitive Sonic Mania experience didn't even feel complete. No cutscene at the end of the encore mode, no final boss or anything. At this point, if you have still continued listening to my rants, you should have known spoilers were incoming, so don't complain to me. But yeah, I mean, there was nothing. It was just credits. Credits roll, some final cutscene, no final boss or anything. You don't fight like a stronger version of the Heavy King or anything. You probably went back to Sonic Forces, or Eggman probably did, which I hope it doesn't tie into another Forces DLC or anything. No offense to Forces, I just don't want it. I think we're fine with what we got. And whether you liked or hated Forces, I think we can all agree. Just... Okay, I was actually very concerned about that, because I wanted to keep my electric shield. But yeah, I mean, it's fine if you like Forces. I enjoy Forces at times. There are areas that I legitimately go back to and play and enjoy and have fun with. But then there's the rest of the game, which, I mean, I spent my first playthrough just not really happy with the physics, the controls, and even the story was atrocious. But the thing is that it'd be nice if they don't force this into, like, what would be... Oh, well, no pun intended, but I just caught that at the last moment. I should have stopped myself there, because that pun is not worth making. But it's not a knock at Forces, it's just... Don't try to create this continuing connection between classic and modern. It'd be nice if they were just separate. It would be nice if they were separate entities, if they were just two different universes, or whatever you want to call it. It'd be great, but unfortunately they had to be put together one more time. I feel like that kind of took away some of the... nearly non-existent lore of Sonic Mania. Knuckles, where did you go? The non-existent lore of Forces, but still, I mean... I hope this doesn't lead to, we're gonna make a second set of Forces DLC. It is gonna have to do with the ending of Mania Plus, and it's like, or the Encore mode is like, oh great. Okay, so I had issues here. There was actually a big ring that I was trying to get, but I don't really need it. I can just go on without it. Okay, so enough ranting. I mean, I still enjoy Mania. I just wanted to kind of air out my disappointment with it. I probably should do it in a full scripted video, but considering the reception that Twip is getting on his, might not be the best idea, or I can word it in a different way, but still get the same point across. I mean, I'm not gonna completely change my opinions or the way I think about games just because of fear. I just feel like there's another way to approach it, and it's not going to be my usual Sonic 2 I hate it. It's going to be just the Mania is a great game, but I was disappointed by the DLC because I feel like there were not any new levels. It was just redesigned stuff, and then on top of that, like the new area marketing, part of the marketing was a lie, and the redesigned stages were just like the laziest fan game translation of levels. And that's the one thing I can think of. Fan level, like those really bad fan games that just take little parts of the game and try to make it artificially more difficult. Like try to make it difficult in an artificial way where they just add spikes and stuff, and it really isn't difficult. It's just obnoxious. And as long as you have a really good grasp on how the level is, you shouldn't have any problems with it. But they still say, but then they add in that one little element that's like, oh, it's... I don't know where I'm going with this anymore. Basically, fan level difficulty is not real difficulty. That's what I'm trying to get at. Oh crap, I just thought about that. Alright, well, I can't lose my shield this time. So yeah. To anyone I offend, I'm sorry, but these are just my opinions. It's not like... Here's the thing. I'm airing these into... I'm basically stating my opinions in a way that I usually don't do for a game like Sonic 2. Sonic 2, basically. Sonic 2, I feel very strongly about. Mania, I feel very strongly about only because I love the game. Sonic 2 I feel strongly about because I don't like it. So there's two ways that I can approach it, although I should approach it the same way for both games. It's just one of them I feel a little bit stronger about, and not in the best way. It's called Sonic 2. So, I'm not hating on Mania, I'm not hating on the DLC. I'm just voicing my disappointment with the new DLC. But if somebody were to ask me, hey, is it worth it? Then I'm gonna say this: absolutely. You're paying, if you're buying on digital, you're paying $25 at the most. If you're paying for a physical copy, you're paying $30. You're getting a neat 32-page art book, and you're getting a really sweet-looking reversible cover. And even then, it's worth getting. It's still a fun game. It has loads of replay value. It has more than certain $30 and $40 games. So, I mean, I don't see the problem with it. It's just Mania Plus, the Encore DLC felt like it could have been a little bit more. I feel like we could have gotten more out of that. Wow, we're actually near the end of the game. I'd go into the absolute final boss, but we've already gone through it. Went through it in a video like a few days ago, so we don't have to like end it with the Egg Rivery Zone. Gone through it too many times. And with that said, we're actually getting very, very close to the end of this. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. I like how the wall of flames just stays there until you go. Oh, hey, Sonic came to pick us both up. Nice. Go! It is on fire. You are on fire at this point. Okay then. Goodbye. I've actually not seen this ending for myself, even though I did kind of spoil it for myself. It really doesn't matter. It's the same thing as Knuckles and Tails, but there we go. Got the Sega Sonic boys. Knuckles is nowhere to be found. And there we go. That's Mighty's gameplay, or Mighty's playthrough of Sonic Mania Plus. So that's going to do it for this video. Let's find a more fitting place to go rather than here. And there's my time. 1 hour and 50 special stages, that's right. 1 hour, 54 minutes, 48 seconds, and with a 46th of a second of... Yeah, with a 46.99ths of a second. Okay then. And also, Egg Reverie Zone, we obviously can't go there because obvious reasons. But we did get our emeralds with the boys. And there we go. 58 lives, 8 continues. And these are all my pre-Mania Plus saves, so none of them have continues on them. And with that said, that's going to do it for this video. Let's go find a track to just jam out to or something. So, Mighty's gameplay as a whole, it's fun. It's easy mode, but it's fun. Only because it's just really satisfying knowing that all those little projectiles that could hit you, you could finally deflect them or just be immune to them, which I think is cool. And with that said, that's the Mania Plus Let's Play. That's going to do it for this video. At some point, I'm going to play through Ray's story on stream, or I might have already done it at this point, because this is recorded days before its actual release, because I record these in bulk. It's kind of how I do things, mostly because there's a heat wave going on probably by the time this video is up, so I'm trying to minimize the amount of times I'm on my laptop editing. Anyways, with that said, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think about the entire Let's Play as a whole in the comment section down below. For anyone who stuck through the 6 parts, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content I produce, consider subscribing and joining the Knux Club. You can also click the bell icon to get notifications for whenever I upload, stream, or post anything in the community tab here on YouTube. And at this point, I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors, the members of Knux Club Plus. You'll see their names on screen right now, and if you want to know more about sponsoring this channel, some of the perks include a badge, so that way whenever you type in chat, people know that you're a sponsor of the channel. You can also use exclusive emotes, and on top of that, you can also get an exclusive chat on my Discord server. So if you want to check those out, the YouTube gaming link down below, and for anyone who is currently sponsoring, Thank you very much. Your extra support is greatly appreciated. If you want to find me outside of YouTube, you can find my Twitter, my Discord, my Amino, and my Twitch pages all down below. And with that said, I hope you have a wonderful and safe day, and I'll catch you for the next video. Hopefully it's more Sonic Mania Plus stuff. Take care.